welcome back to a little show we like to call Roll with the Troll. And I'm here with the voice of reason.
That's me.
I'll probably say some stupid shit. She's going to make a lot of sense. Hey, we're talking about Cobra Kai again for the first time in a little while.
Yeah.
So listen, revealed. Hayden, one of the creators of Cobra Kai, Hayden Schlossberg? Schlossberg? Is that how you say it?
It doesn't roll off my tongue. I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
One of the guys from Cobra Kai, I'm not even sure it was him.
Schlossberg.
Schloss.
I think I got it.
Slosh.
No, Slosh.
Anyway, someone has revealed that there was a backup plan at the end of Cobra Kai Season 2 when Allie friend requests Johnny on Facebook.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. There was a backup plan because it wasn't a done deal that she was definitely going to be in Season 3.
Wow.
So I think they were talking to her. It was one of those deals. It was like a maybe, maybe not. So anyway, the deal is that they had this figured out as a backup plan that they could put this piece where she friend requests him into the show at the end of Season 2.
Yeah.
And then if the cliffhanger couldn't pay off by having her on the show, which of course you guys know is what happened.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, it was great to see her. But if she wasn't going to be available, the plan was they were going to have it be a friend request from her husband.
What?
Yeah, who read Johnny's message to her, really, on Facebook. So that's...
And from her account, he would have gone in and...
Yeah. That's what happens. That's what jealous guys do. Yeah. So I think that's kind of interesting. I thought it was a really smart move, actually.
Ooh.
Because I do remember at the time hearing...
That's a good backup plan.
Isn't that a good backup plan? Because there's a lot of things you can do with that.
Yeah.
And I do remember thinking it was interesting that they gave that ending to us. But they did say publicly that they weren't sure she was coming back for Season 3. And I thought, well, if not, then what's the point of her, friend requesting Johnny? What are they going to do with that? Are they just going to ignore it? Like it didn't happen?
Yeah.
I mean, really, I don't think a friend request is a cliffhanger, in my opinion, in the first place.
Really?
But, no, I don't think it was a big deal.
No, it was a big deal.
I don't get why. It's nothing.
Oh, come on.
Nah, it's just friend request. You can friend request anybody. Who gives a shit? But anyway, the husband thing
Johnny gives a shit.
I know he cares, but it's also like it's such a pointless, meaningless gesture. It doesn't necessarily mean you really want to become friends. And even if so what? She's a million miles away.
Oh, you just don't get it.
No, I don't.
All right.
So I think the idea of the husband doing this would have been actually really interesting.
Sure.
That could have worked really well because for one, you could have made him become like a real thorn in Johnny's side now. Somehow, like maybe he starts trying to ruin Johnny's life the way Daniel did. And Kreese did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he could have gotten together with Kreese and Daniel and said, listen, we all have a common foe here.
Oh my.
Let's ruin this man's world. So that could have been an option. The other thing they could have done was make him a character that we kind of already know of. Like, what if he was Miguel's dad?
Well, there's like every time we turn around, someone different's got to be Miguel's dad.
I know. Well, I'm just joining into the fandom. That's what they talk about. I don't particularly care for that. I don't like that it's a small world and everybody just runs into each other.
Yeah,
I think
that's what
weird.
I'm saying.
So I'm not saying I'm in favor of it, but I'm saying think what they could have done with that. They could have just made it a quick blow-off thing where Johnny tries her again and the guy says, dickhead, I'm her husband. Yeah, I'm banging her. You're not. Blah, blah, blah. I'll leave her alone. And then that still could have left the door open to Johnny and Ellie talking down the road if the actress wanted to come back later, right?
Right.
It doesn't close things altogether. But also, there's so much you could have done with who that guy would have been. And does he get into like a problem with Johnny from afar? I know they live in Colorado, but maybe in some way that it starts becoming an issue where he and Johnny have like a real, you know how Johnny gets like really inflammatory with things.
Yes, he does. He does do that. Yes.
Yes, that could have been something.
Yep. Very troll-ish of him.
Yeah. Johnny trolls on all kinds of people. He doesn't even need the internet for it.
Yeah. They did show a picture of him on Facebook, right? With
Season 1,
yeah. Look at that dumb face.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was no slouch in the looks department either. So were they going to get that? That guy had to have been a model. So were they going to get him to come? Unless they were just going to do this whole storyline like remote, all like texting messages or Facebook messages, and not really show like the actual person. But
I think you would have been fine not showing him.
Yeah.
They're just having a different actor.
Yeah, they could have, but. Yeah, I mean, but people are going to remember that face that they showed
Well, women are going to remember that face. Heterosexual men don't care. We're not. I don't remember his face at all.
Really?
No, not even a little bit. No, I think this could have been interesting. I think had they gone to that extent though, too, there could have been like a moral lesson in it for Johnny, that maybe he had everything he needed all along, and that was Carmen. So maybe he could have been like, I could see him having a line somewhere in 3 or 4. Where he could have said something like, screw Allie. I don't need her. She's in my past. My future is here. I could have seen that coming, which Allie eventually said to him anyway in season 3.
Yeah, so all roads lead back to Carmen is the lesson there.
That could have been one way to do it. The other way to do it could have been Johnny thinking he has to like fight for her against the husband in some weird way, which would have been crazy because he hasn't seen her in 40 years. So that would have been really, really odd. But I think there's a lot of interesting things they could have done with it. More than anything, I was just... When I heard this, I thought, that's really interesting that was their game plan. Was that if they can't get her, they can still build a story around her without her there and involve the husband in some way. I thought that was a really interesting...
Yeah.
These guys are really good writers. They have really good ways to pivot and make things come together regardless. You know?
Yeah. Yes, and I love that they had a backup plan then, because it's almost like now you're contemplating or you're writing like 2 different scripts, one if you get her, one if you don't.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of creativity and focus.
In the old days of TV,
planning,
like before you could easily get people to just come on your 10 episode season and do 2 or 3 episodes, back in the day, it would have been that the husband was, what I mean? It would have been a tease. Because they wouldn't have been able to get the actor or actress, That's just how it would have gone. A lot of TV shows and movies went that way. And even the way that Daniel kept getting a different girlfriend in each film, partially that was because they didn't want, she didn't want to come back for episode 2. She didn't want to come back for Karate Kid 2. That's my understanding, was they wanted her to come back. And then she said no, and they're like, all right, we'll get another girl. And then I don't think she wanted to do the 3rd one. I think they had interest in trying to pull her into the 3rd one, and they said, all right, just screw it.
Never mind.
So I think that's what happened, or there was a scheduling thing, something. But anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Was this a good backup plan? Was it a dumb backup plan? Do you not really care? Would you have preferred the backup plan instead of seeing Allie? Do you actually think this would have been better?
There's a question.
That would have been interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
That'd be a whole different story.
What if she and her husband are doing a menage with Robin Lively?
Jesus.
Would that be interesting?
Oh, God, help me.
You start really pulling together the different Karate Kid threads.
Yeah.
That would be something. Well, anyway, look.
I've got nothing.
Again, let us know in the comments. If you like this video for some reason, please like and subscribe. Click the bell. I don't think YouTube tells people about our new videos anymore.
Really?
Yeah, you'll notice the last few videos have not done well all of a sudden. I think it's something I might have said. But all of a sudden they...
Well, hit the like button, please.
So ring the bell, and if you're unsubscribed, subscribe again, please. I don't fucking know what's going on. All right, guys. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.